Once upon a time, in a quiet village, lived a woodcarver named Geppetto. He felt a bit lonely by himself. So, Geppetto decided to carve a cute puppet out of wood. He worked hard on the wood and created a splendid boy puppet, which he named Pinocchio. That night, a beautiful fairy appeared in Geppetto's house. The fairy gave life to the Pinocchio puppet so that Geppetto wouldn't be lonely. As the fairy cast her magic, Pinocchio began to move and could even speak.
Wow!
The fairy told Pinocchio a special rule.
Pinocchio, if you lie, your nose will grow. But if you always act honestly and do good deeds, you can become a real boy someday.
The next day, Geppetto told Pinocchio to go to school.
School's good for you. Pinocchio, you'll learn a lot and make friends.
Really? Exciting! Can't wait to learn and meet everyone.
But Pinocchio pretended to go and secretly changed his path to an interesting puppet show. The puppet show master was amazed to find a talking wooden puppet and wanted to use Pinocchio as an attraction to make money. He locked Pinocchio in a small jail. The fairy appeared and asked Pinocchio,
"How did you get here?"
Pinocchio answered,
I was caught here on my way to school.
but the fairy already knew the truth.
Pinocchio, your nose will grow if you lie.
And Pinocchio's nose began to grow. Pinocchio honestly admitted his mistake, and the fairy helped him with her magic. With the fairy's magic, the puppet show master fell asleep, and Pinocchio could quietly escape from jail. After running away from puppet show, Pinocchio met two foxes. They lied to him, saying that if he buried his coins in the field of miracles, they would turn into gold coins. Pinocchio believed them, buried his money, and ended up losing it all, feeling very sad. The two foxes took all the money Pinocchio buried. The fairy appeared again and asked Pinocchio,
"Do you have any money?"
Pinocchio answered,
Yes, I have money.
but that was a lie, the fairy said.
Pinocchio, lying is not good. You must always tell the truth.
As soon as she said that, Pinocchio's nose grew again. The fairy taught Pinocchio the importance of honestly and used her magic to return his nose to its original state. Geppetto, worried that Pinocchio hadn't returned, went out to sea to look for him. Then, he encountered a sudden storm and was swept into the sea, eventually being swallowed by a whale and trapped inside its belly. Pinocchio came home late and realized his father was missing, so he worried. Upon hearing that the villagers said, Pinocchio gathered his courage and went to the sea to rescue his father. Pinocchio faced many difficulties in the sea but kept his courage to find his father. Eventually, Pinocchio was also swallowed by the same whale. Inside the whale, it was so dark that Pinocchio couldn't see anything. Still, bravely moved forward. And deep inside the whale's belly, he found his father, and the two embarrassed each other with joy. Pinocchio and Geppetto managed to escape by using the whale sneeze. Safely back on land, Pinocchio promised to live a good life from then on. Seeing his sincere efforts, the fairy appeared again and used her magic to transform Pinocchio into a real boy. Geppetto was no longer lonely, and Pinocchio lived happily ever after, deeply loved by Geppetto.